Hello everybody. Today I'm going to make a video teaching you how to play Magic the Gathering. We'll be doing a sample game with two people. The first one being Albert, which will be played by me, and the second one being Beth, who will also be played by me. In this case scenario, Albert will go first. Alright? First phase, the untap phase, doesn't happen, because there's nothing on the playing field that has been tapped. Second phase, upkeep, which you will have to deal with for a while, probably. There's nothing to upkeep. Step 3 is the... Step 3 is to draw a card. Step 4 is the main phase. Okay, so let's look at through. Albert summons a swamp. He will tap it for 1 mana so that he could play Vicious Conquistador, which can attack due to summoning sickness. It should actually be first here. He has the second main phase, which he will place down a forest, and Albert ends his turn. No damage has been dealt. So now let's move on to Beth's turn. We can skip the untap and upkeep phases. Next up is the draw phase. Alright, we have this. Beth places down a submerged boneyard, taps it for one black mana, and plays Ruthless Sniper, which can't do anything because of summoning sickness. For her second main phase, she places down 2 islands and ends her turn. Alright, next up, Albert's turn again. He untaps his swamp. Does not have to upkeep. And draws a card from his deck. Okay. I'm only gonna get this in place, don't I? Okay. It's his main phase. He taps forest for 1 mana and taps his swamp. Wait, no. He places down another swamp, taps all of his land cards, and that's it for his first main phase. Now the battle phase comes in. He attacks with Vicious Conquistador. Now, Beth can block this with her Ruthless Sniper. She decides to do that, and both opponents lose. Since Ruthless Sniper attacks for 1 HP and Vicious Conquistador deals 1 HP to both enemies, Vicious Conquistador is sent to the graveyard. And Ruthless Sniper is left to heal. Now for the second battle phase. Now for the second main phase. He decides to lay down an island and ends his turn. Alright. Let's move on to Beth's turn. Alright. The untap phase, the upkeep phase, which doesn't have anything to do with here. And the draw phase. It's Beth's turn. She places down a mountain, taps all 4 of her lands, gets 1 black mana, 2 blue mana, and 1 red mana. She plays Hieroglyphic Illumination. Wait a second, hold on. She can't play it yet. But she does play Festering Mummy. She ends her main phase there. Now it's time for the attack phase. She attacks with both her Ruthless Sniper and Festering Mummy. Since both of them deal 1 damage, and since Vicious Conquistador has been sent to the graveyard, Albert has nothing to block with, so he loses 2 life points, and is now at 18 health. Her second main phase begins. She places down a mountain, taps it, and ends her turn there. Alright, now it's Albert's turn. On tap, upkeep, draw. It's time for his main phase. He taps his forest and summons Wildheart Invoker, which deals a whopping 4 damage. He places down a mountain and taps all 4 of his lands and summons Zada Hedra Grinder. That's the end of his first main phase. Now for the attack phase. He attacks with Zada Hedron Grinder, and Beth walks with both of her creatures, sadly sending them both to the graveyard. His second main phase begins, and he doesn't do anything, so he ends his turn. But Beth has an instant up her sleeve. Hold on a second, let me see if she plays Hieroglyphic Illumination, which allows her to draw 2 cards from her deck. Alright, now it's Beth's turn. Alright. She untap, upkeep, and draw. It's time for her main phase. She does nothing. For her attack phase, she also does nothing. And ends her turn. Albert's next turn is here. Untap, upkeep, which is no upkeep, and draws. He doesn't place anything down. He actually, wait a second. He places down all of his cards, taps every single one of them, and him to get 8 mana, which he plays on the Elf Shaman, giving the Zardon Hedron Grinder +5/+5, and trample. Now it's the attack phase. He attacks with both his Wildheart Invoker and the Zada Hedron Grinder. Until they combined, they deal 12 damage to Beth's hit points, and now she has been reduced to 8. Alright, Beth's turn. This is not looking good for Beth. Beth's turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. She still does nothing and passes her turn on to Albert, seeing as she still cannot do anything. Once again, untap, upkeep, draw. He only has 1 card. He decides not to play it. He decides to place it down, but not tap any of his mana. But decides to tap 8 of his mana again, giving Zada +5/+5, and And he moves on to his attack phase, which he attacks with Zarda. Seeing as Beth has nothing to block with, Beth loses all of her life points, and Albert wins the game. Well, this has been a guide on how to play Magic the Gathering. Of course, not every match will go like this, but this was an example match. See you guys. Bye!